Consider the time you spend in cars. Short trips, long journeys, traffic jams. What happens to the myriad random thoughts you have as you gaze out of the window? The ideas that combust and tick over in your internal suggestion engine, your subconscious. Well, ideas are energy, and energy never dies. They motor skyward into the imagosphere, revved up with "Are we there yet?" anticipation. Melded together, they form an escape route paved with exhilarating opportunities, an ever-expanding arena of challenges with rewards beyond any earthly aspiration. It's a boulevard of woken dreams, a reality built on fantasy, a place you can put your imagination pedal to the metal in a contest of camaraderie and creativity. Sackfolk, start your cerebral engines, for this is Little Big Planet Karting. The imagosphere is the energy that binds Little Big Planet and all its moons and satellites together. A force so powerful even the negativitron could not bend, crack, or deplete it. But it needs a guardian. It needs a caretaker. It needs you. A dyed-in-the-wool Little Big Planetian, an adventurer, a stern, focused, enigmatic hero. They're here. Little Big Planet is once again under threat. This time from the greedy, grabbing Horde. The Horde scavenge and collect prizes, materials, and objects, but never use these treasures to create and share. All they want to do is keep, to stash, to hoard. No, Sack friend, your little legs may be perfectly knitted, but even they are no match for the Horde and their rag and bone racers. This is a battle to be fought in a different arena. A racetrack. You need some wheels, my child. Aha! Commandeer that cart and make it your own. Quickly, young sackling, put the pedal to the metal. We know you'll take this mission seriously. Semi-seriously? Oh, crikey. Anyone for driving lessons? The greedy Horde are a simple bunch, so driving one of their commandeered carts isn't going to be a prob for a clever clog like you. You just need to be shown the basics and you'll be away faster than a cowpat off a hot, shiny shovel. Quick tour of the controller would be good. Oh, would you prefer to use the X button or the R2 button to accelerate? Okay, the basics. Press the acceleration button and your cart will move forward. Keep it down if you want to burn wool. You can achieve some pretty exhilarating speeds in this game, so let go of the button if you want to slow down for a corner or stop altogether. The brake button will stop you even quicker if you need a loo brake. Once you've stopped, keep that brake button held down if you want to reverse. Steering is done by pushing the left stick left or right, or you can use the directional buttons. Well, if you're happy with the ergonomic comfort of your controller layout, just give the old action button a Sammy stab, and it's all confirmed. Excellent. You've picked your preferred controller buttons and we can continue. And if you want to go back and alter them at any stage, feel free to do so in the pause menu or the settings menu in your pod. You have to feel 100% comfortable when you're wacky racing. Am I not right, sir? In karting lingo, drifting means taking a corner in a really cool way. It's skidding, but controlled skidding, and saves all the hassle of braking. To drift, steer the way you want to go in a corner whilst pressing and holding the drift button. The kart turns to the side and skids in a visually pleasing manner, I might add. It's advisable to hold your drift until your tyres ignite. That's a good time to release the drift button and get a satisfying boost. You get my drift? That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. You're nearly there with this drifting malarkey. Hold, drift, release. You're so close to being the drift daddy. Just keep the drift button down while accelerating and steering. You're nearly there with this drifting malarkey. Hold, drift, release. That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. You're so close to being the drift daddy. Just keep the drift button down while accelerating and steering. That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. You're so close to being the drift daddy. Just keep the drift button down while accelerating and steering. That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. I heard there's some crazy corners up ahead that need some cool drifting. If you fancy it, press the go button. You'll take a look. You're so close to being the drift daddy. Just keep the drift button down while accelerating and steering. That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. You're so close to being the drift daddy. Just keep the drift button down while accelerating and steering. That's fine. Nobody gets drifting right the first go. Hold down the drift button to get through the corner, then release. You're nearly there with this drifting malarkey. Hold, drift, release. Come on then, time and track wait for no one. Your pod really is the business end of a rattling good idea. Use the controller to access your pod computer. Then you can choose games or locate your sack chums. The menu button is your cart key, if you like. Tap it to begin the adventure. Little Big Planet Karting is all about fun, frolics, prizes and happy challenges. But there are other hands at work here right now. Greedy, grabby hands that would pluck the colours from a rainbow or the sun from a... Let the sack race begin, as it's time for your first foray into Imagikarting. There are mild perils to be faced in the shape of those pesky hoarders. Scoundrels to a man. They cause a fuss wherever they go with their constant challenges.